I have a daughter, Natasha, age 35, and two sons, Lamar, age 32, and Nigel, age 30. I was a super mom until my kids transitioned to college, and I transformed to an empty nest. I was living the life. Then the unthinkable happened. At the age of 22, my oldest son, Lamar, was in a horrible, horrible accident. He was a pedestrian hit by a large party bus, and he sustained traumatic, life-threatening injuries. He was in grave condition, and they didn't think my son would survive. In life, everything can change in an instant. I remember seeing my son, I saw my son in the hospital, and he had tubes coming out of every part of his body. I remembered I whispered in my son's ear, I said, Namar, Mommy's here. And I asked him, I said, do you know that you are a child of the living God? And even though he was heavily sedated, he managed to open his eyes and nodded his head. Transitions and transformations are both interchangeable in life. A transition is a process of changing from one condition and state to another, and transformation is a dramatic change from one way of being to another. Here's the AAA steps to transformation. Number one, acknowledging who you are, your ability to tap into a higher power, your inner strength, and inner power are crucial steps. And when you understand the power you have, you can be unstoppable in anything in life. Number two, accepting the process, but don't get stuck in the process. Because in life, you have to have an open mindset for things to come, things to evolve, and things to change. The storm of life happens, but it's how you choose to respond in that moment that matters. Everything begins and resolves around your thoughts and words. After 38 surgeries and 10 months in the hospital, my son was miraculously healed. Within 6 months, I was diagnosed with stage 3 of that C word. My first thought was, you're kidding me, right? But I decided that that C word was not going to be a part of my vocabulary, and I would not allow it to come out of my mouth because it did not have power over me. Number 3, affirming that you can walk in belief, walk in truth, walk in faith, and walk in your power to overcome anything in life. I like to view life as the Ironman triathlon, where each participant endures a 2.4-mile swim, cycle a 112-mile bike ride, and run a 26-mile marathon. Life is one big transition, whether changing jobs, a divorce, grief, loss, health issues, financial issues, recovery from a global pandemic, or life issues in general. For instance, my 16-year career in law enforcement ended in an instant. But whatever the transition is, it will require you to swim through stormy waters, ride your bike into fierce winds, and run your race to forge through to the other side. The key is your ability to transition your mind, your soul, and your body to finish your race and forge through to the other side. What are the 3 AAAs to transformation? Acknowledging, accepting, and affirming that you have the power and the ability to stay in your race and keep moving forward. I am Natalie J. Clayton.